Hello, once again. My name is Michael Asha Idafe. I'm the CEO at Mike Asha Coastal Center for IELTS Study Visas and Investment Migration. And today we are going to be talking about visas. Visas. There are a lot of visas categories. The visas categories. We have study visas, we have tourist visas, we have visit visas. Now, we are going to be looking at things you should not do, things you should pay attention to, so that your visas will be approved. Please do not do some of these things when applying for visas. Now, if you do these, your visa will be denied 100%. Don't get rejected 2022. Now, before I commence, it's vital for you to know that I'm not an ROCIC because we are focusing in Canada today. I'm not an ROCIC, that is a registered Canadian immigration consultant. This is based on my knowledge and research over time and working with people and students going to school in Canada. Now, it's based on our research over time regarding VC, tourist, and study visas in Canada. And one of the major reasons people are denied visas borders on their finances. Finance. A lot of times people call me and say, Michael, I just have 2 million naira, just have 1.5 million naira. What can I do? What can you do for me? I want to go to the UK, I want to go to Canada, and all of these things amazes me because a lot of times roadside agents will just tell you, hey, just bring it, you have that amount of money, I'm going to do something for you. Before you know it, they squander your money and start telling you stories. So one of those major points we should pay attention to is finance. Finance is a major determinant, as you have to show the source of the finance. I mean your fund, where your fund is coming from. If you're claiming you have a particular amount of money, you have to show the source of that money and how you got the money. Especially if you have a lump sum, say 10 million, 25 million naira. So when it comes into your account within a short time, they are going to be thinking you borrowed this for this visa purpose. Like you want to trick them. So most times here at Mike Asher Coastal, we advise you keep the account you're going to use active for at least 6 months period. Now funds will be coming in and out of such an account. Visible, reasonable transactions could be seen on that account, showing the funds are truly yours and are not there for visa purposes. Reason visas are denied. Number 2, visas are rejected based on purpose. Now, what is your purpose for applying for this visa? Now, you need to give a clear purpose without which the visa officer would not be convinced. I mean, you have to leave him wanting more, making him or her guess you're going to run away after your visa time expires. Usually, I mean, for example, as a student here in Michael Shakosto, maybe you're doing your IELTS here with us. We usually advise you attach your admission later on your application. Also, now, if you're writing your SOP or your letter of explanation, try to give them a clear image of your plans, how you want to impact your country and people with your knowledge when you're through with your studies. Now, if you're going to visit Canada for social occasions or business events, you need to explain in detail and attach some relevant documents with it, so as not to get on the plane and land in Canada and be sent back by some cruel white immigration officers at the port of entry. Now, because your explanation was dodgy and you were not persuasive enough, you could be denied. Now, apart from these general reasons, now I would like to mention one reason that is very common in Nigeria why people were denied study visas, especially for Canada. And one of such reasons is age. Now, if you've done your bachelor degree here and for many years you couldn't go immediately to do your master's, you should be able to show that you have been working, you've been busy doing something. That is why you could not apply for it. Then, of course, your age for applying for study visas. For example, if you're in your team, you stand a very great chance of getting visas like pa pa pa. In a short time you get a visa. Now, point number four: lack of accurate and supporting documents. Now, make sure there's clarity and profound information. Information cannot be too much to avoid being dodgy. Information cannot be too much to avoid penalization due to few or no supporting documents. Now, make sure your admission is dated correctly and all relevant credentials are provided, as we always show those applying through Micah Shacosto Center. And this is how you do it, that is how you do it, blah, blah, blah. Now, for those who are going in for visitors visas, you can also add details or your itinerary. Now, your itinerary including your hotel bookings, how long you're going to stay, where and where you're going to visit, who is going to fund you. Even as you can even show them your return flight ticket. As a visitor, you also need to show your current employment status, your employment later, and prove that you have a legit job in your country and that you still intend to go back. You don't want to stay here. You have a lot in your country. Now, that is showing that you have a lot of ties to your country, your home country. Now, a lot of people lack ties to their home country. They're not able to show that they have a lot of ties in their country. So they are being denied. For example, ties could be your property, your relationship, your marriage, your business, your friends, and all of that, and whatnot, what you engage in. Now, point number six: your length of stay. You couldn't stay past 6 months if you're genuine. If you've visited the big five, maybe the UK, Australia, USA, blah blah blah, New Zealand, and overstayed before, you have defaulted, you can be rejected because these embassies share information with one another. So you'll be seen as being dishonest. If you can stay in another country, what will if you can overstay in another country, what will stop you from doing same in Canada? I mean, another reasons why people are denied, reason number seven, might not be a popular reason, is the police report. A lot of times people forge police report, and because they have issues in the country, they've been convicted for one crime or the other, so they don't go to the police to get that report, and they find out you could be denied. And your documents, generally your passport data page, all of them should be ready. Now they are going to investigate and see that you've been undocumented at your previous country and that you're very honest. So your status in whatever country you're in can always affect your chances. What is your status? Have you been arrested? Have you been in a crime? Blah blah blah. Now, another very, very silent reason that might not be pronounced, they might not even tell you this is the reason they are denying you visa, is your health status. They might use this, but may not be officially stated that that is the reason. Because, they're not going to be looking for people who will be a burden to their health system. They're always looking for people who want to come and invest and add to them. And of course, sometimes they might be thinking the disease is transmissible. If it's a transmissible disease, they are going to probably deny you visa 99%. And finally, today I want to talk about fraudulent document. What sort of document do you have? Do you go to Oluwole, like in Lagos, to forge documents? They can investigate and make phone calls. But of course, but rare cases, they call your bank. Many have used fake bank statements and they were being blacklisted. Try to question any travel agent who wants to give you a bank statement. And make sure that the financial house they're using or they claim to work with is genuine, and that uh, the banks are aware, and that you have been working with the bank, that you have an account with the bank. You do not open an account and leave it like that. You have to do transaction on it. We have seen such cases where people go falsify documents and they find out and they were blacklisted. And now the outcome was very, very, really unpalatable. I've also encountered a young man that got a fake visa from one organization, it's a first risk free visa agency. The agent claimed he lives in London, whereas he's hiding somewhere in Lagos collecting people's money. Now, he didn't even do capture. All of a sudden, there was visa from nowhere, out of the blue moon. I mean, that visa was not really looking like one. So, if you want to walk into the embassy like a king and walk into the country of your desire, you have to be very sure that these points are well checked. And for further information, if you need help, you can call 070-527-5408 and talk to one of our professional agents. Do not forget to click the subscribe button and like our videos. We are going to be giving you more tips on how you can travel around the globe and be a global citizen. Thank you for listening. My name is Michael Asha Idafi. See you next time. Bye bye.